Okay, so when I say you,
Yeah.
it's because I did not see it.
You haven't seen it yet, but I did. I'm not sure that you'll want to after this conversation.
Okay.
But let's just dive right in.
Peter Berg is a little this to me.
Yes, I know. Me too. And his thing with Mark Wahlberg has turned into
A love fest.
yes, and it's like this great search for the soul of the American hero. I'm bored to death of it.
Okay.
I just don't feel like they've done anything new in a while. All right. That being said, this movie, Mark Wahlberg, surprise, is the head of a crack commando paramilitary unit that works for the U.S. government.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, they get a job transporting a prisoner, person of interest, from this sort of unnamed South Asian country. They got to get him to the airport to get him out of there because he's asking for asylum. He's got information about the location of a bunch of nasty chemicals that Mark Wahlberg's team doesn't want to get out.
Oh, so I'll tell you the information if you get me out of here.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
It's one of those. So it's a prison transfer movie. It's an international intrigue movie because I won't tell you why, but the Russians are involved. They very badly want to see this not take place.
They've got to be bad guys, huh?
They're definitely bad guys, like Russians are always and will always be. No, I'm joking. But and there's also the local government that doesn't want the guy to get out because he was a police officer.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of corruption there, and they don't want him to expose them. You know what all these tropes are.
Sure.
It's basically Mark's team, which is this tight-knit family, super, amazing unit. They got to get them out of there, and things go terribly wrong. Of course, they got to go 22 miles. That's what it basically means. So
not that far.
It's not that far. I don't see what the big deal is, to be honest with you. But I said this when I wrote it up, and I think it's important to mention on the show too. There's a lot of times that movies have characters that are jerks.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're the main character, and sometimes them being a jerk is the point. But there are also times when the movie itself is the jerk. And this movie is a jerk. His character, James Silva, this is Mark Wahlberg I'm talking about, is so cynical, so mean-spirited, so paranoid.
Do you not even want to cheer him on?
No, because he just lectures you the entire time. So Berg uses this this mechanism where the story's being told not only in real time but also in flashback as Wahlberg is like speaking to like internal affairs about it. So you not only have to listen to him lecturing his teammates and being really cruel to them in real time, you get to listen to him lecture the investigators about it later.
So he's talking to them after it happened.
After everything's happened.
So you know he survives.
You at least know that he survives.
Okay.
Yes, that is true.
Gotcha.
Believe me, there's a wink at the end. They expect to be another of these movies.
Oh, God. 23 miles?
Yeah, I guess. 22 and a half miles. It's so unpleasant.
Yeah.
The experience of listening to him be so preachy and so over the top with, his lecturing is incredibly unpleasant.
Yeah.
By the time the movie's over, you're just thinking, wrap it up, please. I just can't listen to him yell at me anymore. Now, I will say this. The movie's 95 minutes. It's really brisk. The guy,
Does it flow fast?
It does.
Okay.
It does. The action flows fast. And the guy that they're transporting, forgive me, I'm blanking on his name, but he starred in The Raid.
Oh, okay.
His fight work is top shelf.
Oh, and watch The Raid.
It's top shelf. So he does some great stuff in this movie.
All right.
So in terms of an action flick, it works. As a political, intellectual beatdown, I guess it works, but I hated it.
Does the guy from The Raid fight Mark Wahlberg?
They do not fight.
Okay, because Mark Wahlberg would lose.
Yes, he would. And based on his character in this movie, I would have loved to have seen it.
So what do you give it star-wise?
To me, it's 1.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not great. I think Peter Berg needs to go back to the drawing board and decide to do something else.
I don't think it did that well at the box office.
It did terribly.
So you say a sequel. I don't know if we're going to get that. Is it like the end question mark? And
No,
we'll never get that sequel?
He basically says something at the very end that makes it seem like we're going to... round 2 is coming up. I honestly don't think so. This is not great.
So 1.5 stars.
1.5 stars.
1.5 stars from Aisle 22. Guess what I'm not going to go see anytime soon. Coming up next on Big Movie Mouth Off, we're going to review the Happy Time Murders. Stay tuned.